So welcome to VancouverWalking.com, home of the world famous Dead by Daylight one and done. What do we mean by one and done? We mean that we fire up the PS4, the camcorder, the telebeeb, and we play one game regardless of how ugly or how beautiful the game is, and we upload it and we live commented it. So here you are, you're watching VancouverWalking.com, world famous one and done. There's no shame in our game. If we have a crappy game, we're going to post it. If we have a good game, we'll post it. No hiding, nothing. Real life. And a little bit about how we play the game today. We're playing the Doctor once again. We don't particularly like to use the superpowers that they have. We just like to chase the survivors down by foot. But when there's a free one, like this person in the shed, we'll just take her and we'll go put her on the hook or on a hook. So there is no sound in this game. Why, you may ask, is because back when Mac upgraded to Catalina, there was 2 months of no support from OBS, so we could not stream. So I developed another way, as I said, so that's why I got the camcorder, etc. So no game audio, just my lovely voice commenting on my wicked gameplay. I should say I'm being very sarcastic, a very, very poor Dead by Daylight player. Hence, probably the reason being is that playing one game a day, you're not going to really improve that quickly. So I know there's a survivor somewhere around here. We'll give her a whack. Okay. I think one idiot. Seriously, whoever's watching these videos, don't be a pussy and tap out of the game when you're put on the hook, etc. There's nothing worse than someone worried about their statistics and stuff like that and then ending the game. They should have, that's sort of the developers, if they're listening, I highly doubt they are, or watching, put that in. So there's another statistics for all the pussies who tap out when they're having a crappy game. But it is what it is. Let us get back on to today's hunt. So as I said, no game audio, just my audio. And there's another survivor. I'll give him or her a whack. So this is what we come up with. We have an old Mac, and the Mac is not capable of using the Soundflower and all the other sound plugins. So we manage with what we have. We're not going to be investing in any kind of equipment because we're not making any money doing this. If we were to make some money of this, we may consider buying a new PC desktop, but that is not going to happen unless we get millions upon millions of viewers and subscribers and donations, etc. So far, we're none of either of those, so we'll just have to manage with what we have. And there's another survivor. We'll give him a little hack. Jump through the window here to see if we can break off a little bit. And there he is up there in the right-hand corner. Are we going to be able to find him or her? There's somewhere around here. There you are. There you go. Okay, we'll put you up on the hook. We managed to put everyone up on the hook. There was no eliminations of any of the players, I believe. No, not today. I don't know. We got 3 or 4 survivors on the hook. Not an exceptionally bad or not an exceptionally good game. Just an average Dead by Daylight playing the Doctor. And you're watching VancouverWalking.com. Little reminder, if you want to support us, you can get over to patreon.com/VancouverWalker. $5 gives you access to 90 original videos in Vancouver, sights and sounds, touristy spots of Vancouver, along with beaches, streets, etc., etc. So let us look for another survivor. We're looking. This playing field here is not one that we're overly familiar with. I'm not exactly sure if they've changed one of the ones and renamed it and put some new obstacles, etc. on it, but this is not one that we're overly familiar with. Better than the reeds. I don't like that one where there's tall reeds because it's a real pain in the ass to find survivors in them, especially when they fall down and they're crawling around. And especially these places and stuff, when it's so dark, it can be a little difficult to find the survivors when they're wreathing in pain from the hack from the killer. I can't remember. I think we may have... did we leave any of them? There we go. There's another survivor. I have to give you a whack. Once we catch up to you. Wata! and we'll put you up on the hook. Lots of hooks in this playing area, which we really did appreciate. As I said, I'm not exactly sure if I know that the survivors can disengage the hooks, but I'm not exactly sure if they can actually I think there is something they can eliminate some of the hooks, which makes it more difficult for the hunter to put his prey on the meat hook. Let's see if we can track her down here. We gave her one whack, or we're going to be able to catch her and give her another whack and put her on the hook. The suspense is killing us. Where are you at? I think we're just going to move on and see if we can find any other survivors. We've given her a whack. She's injured. We'll hopefully hear her breathing in pain another time. I'm going to disengage these generators, and I don't know what's going on there. Only some generators you can fully disengage, and other ones you can sit there and kick them forever, and they don't seem to disengage. So I don't know if that's a flaw or some sort of little quirk in the survivors or what it is, but and there we go. We can float over those pallets too. Another little glitch in the game. There are several pallets that we could float over today, and looking for survivors. As I said, this way, if we could only get the game audio and stuff, this would be a much smoother way of broadcasting games. Because look at the smoothness of this game. It's because it's not running through the computer processor when we're playing it, which is a good idea. So if you got a crappy old computer and stuff, my suggestion would be to record it off your TV and then upload it with OBS, because it gives better streaming quality. You're going to have to sacrifice the sound, the game sound, but there's really not anything pertinent, so to speak. There's no talking, there's no nothing in the Dead Bird Daylight. You can hear the survivors whispering and breathing in pain, etc., and the crows, etc., but there's not a lot of um, important game sounds that the viewers are not lacking. They're not going to be able to understand. So we're still looking. Okay, there's 2 generators just went lit off. So we're going to have to go see if we can find any survivors hanging out around those generators. That was one that just went off. And we've got the ability to see the pallets again this game, the ones that haven't been flipped over as of yet. And I'm not exactly sure what kind of power we have to put or why we're able to see the pallets before they're flipped over in some games, and some games we're not. But this is one that we're able to. And probably another suggestion that you have a good set of headphones for this game, because there's lots of very minute sounds that you have to be able to pick up on the survivors running around and deep breathing, etc., or just footprints and stuff. It's a good pair of headphones of that, or have your TV cranked. Once again, we're not going to be able to crank our TV for the game audio. You know what it is. Anyone who's watching this stream, there's really no need for us to broadcast the game audio. I'm pretty sure anyone who's found this stream, they're quite familiar with the game, and they're just curious to see the Vancouver Walking. What kind of game player is Vancouver Walking? Well, unfortunately, not the best, but in order to become the best, you have to practice, practice, practice. And playing this game for 5, 6 hours or 8 hours, I've seen people do it on YouTube, just not in us. Couldn't do it. Our eyes would become fried. Oh, there's a survivor, and they're going to drop the pallet on us. Thank you very much. We'll kick that, and we're going to see if we can find you. There you are. You're going to do the duck and weave. We will eventually hit you. And there we got the whack in there. And we got the pallet at the door that we had to break through. I can't remember. I think The X's are going to be tripped up here pretty quick. I don't remember if we're able to find this survivor or not. I believe we are. I'm not 100% sure. As I said, that's how bad our memory is. And a little bit word of it, not advice, but a little bit of word on this stream and stuff. Their sense of our direction is atrocious. We've played this game many, many times, but really we don't take into account the path or the map of the game playing field. I know it's probably more important for the survivors, so they know where all the pallets are, etc., etc. But for the killer, not so much. So we haven't put a lot of effort or time into trying to memorizing the game field. So let us see, can we find any other survivors? Hello, where are you at? So it says that one of them is bleeding, so There's another non-flipped pallet there. See, we just floated over that one. We've got some sort of power that we're able to float over the pallets currently. Not exactly sure why that is, but we've been able to float over some of the pallets. We didn't put any extra special powers on the killer, so we're not 100% sure why we're able to do that with the pallets. Maybe because they're white and glowing. Who knows? Leave a comment below. And don't forget to subscribe so you know when our awesome gameplay has been uploaded. Subscribe, like the video, like the channel if you're enjoying the content we're producing. If not, no worries. No one's forcing you to watch. So we're going to have to kick that generator several times. And we've given up probably around 8 or 9 kicks of the generator. We don't want to sit there and waste 5 minutes, 10 minutes continually kicking the generator when it's never going to disengage. So let us go back and see if we can find any of this. I'm pretty sure the one little pussy tapped out. Oh, there's a survivor. There's one whack for you. And you're going to drop the pallet. All right. No worries. We'll crush the pallet. Now we've got to try to find her. There you are there. And we're going to grab you and we're going to put you on a hook. And we'll hang you there. So the exits have been flipped. So we're going to have to go and check out the exits because there's always survivors lingering around there. It's just like, hey, flip the switch and stop pissing around. Just leave. That's how I would play if I was a survivor. I wouldn't be pissing around. And there we go. And we're going to grab you and we will put you on a hook. That's what you get for pissing around. All right, and there we'll put you up on the hook. So we seem to have a pretty good camera angle today. It's not adjusted too high. It seems everything seems to be in focus, etc. It can be a little tricky. So is there any other survivors hanging out around there? Oh, someone's still going off, or there's some sort of generator still blasting over there. I have to go and investigate that, but I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that was some sort of a phantom generator, because went over to where the explosion had occurred and there was nothing there. This is the one there. Oh, I'll go over there. So there's supposed to be a generator somewhere over here, and there is nothing over here. What's up with that? Developers of Dead by Daylight, that's a glitch. There's many glitches in this game. You would figure they'd probably get it all glitched out because this game has been around for 4 years now, and they're constantly updating it. So get on that, developers, programmers. There's some glitches in the game here. Shouldn't be that difficult to fix the code. And we always like to go around here because there's always some sort of survivors hanging out and lurking in the corners, etc. And the timer is slowly counting down. We're going to have to go back over to one of the other exits because essentially when the time has been counted down, everyone's just scurrying to the exit. So you have to go over there and see if you can sneak up and snag one like we did previously, just trying to trip the door, and we were able to grab her or him, whoever was playing that character. It was a she in the character, but I have no idea if the actual person is a he or a she. Not overly important. So we're going to try to make our way over to that faraway exit there to see if we can see any of the survivors just running through as the game winds down. No. So that is it for another edition of VancouverWalking.com. Don't forget to go over to patreon.com/VancouverWalker. $5 is all it's going to cost you for 90 original videos only available on Patreon. Thanks for watching the hunt, and we will check you out tomorrow.